So Mars Attacks, Lewis. Mars Attacks.
Yes, sir.
This is a pretty old film, and it is about Martians coming to Earth and attacking, as as the title says. It's a sci-fi meets, I'd say, comedy. Don't know if you'd agree.
Whether it's intentional or not, yes.
Yeah, I think unintentional comedy is probably the best way to put it. But before we get into the film, at the moment it is a heat wave in the UK. For those of you who live in the UK as well, you'll know exactly how we're all feeling right now. It's terrible. And to the rest of you in the world who think that 35 degrees is no big deal, here it is over here. Trust me.
It's almost quadruple the usual temperature over here. So
Yeah, I am literally wet, just soaking. It's just boiling.
sorry, what was that, Dan?
I was going to say as wet as a shower, but it didn't really make sense.
Right.
Mars Attacks, as we said, Martians coming to Earth.
That opening in general was just like, if that happened to me and I was stood on the side of the road and there was a bunch of flaming cows running towards me, like, I would not just stand there with my kids.
No, I'd be freaking out.
Yeah, you wouldn't, like, I mean, what if they just go off their course by like a few inches?
Yeah.
They're just plowing through you and your family.
Not only you were trampled, you're now on fire.
I'm not sure what the point in the cows on fire was exactly, but
It just adds no relevance because throughout the rest of the movie, the aliens don't set anything on fire with their weapons. So
no, they don't.
it was so stupid.
I'm interested in your opinions on the translator device.
Okay. How did they turn around such a big translation device in 2 days?
I believe the quote was, he'd been working on a translator device for a few years, and it just so happens to work perfectly with a completely alien language.
Yeah, and then not only can it translate the alien language to English, it can translate English to the alien language. That's not...
It wouldn't have their entire vocabulary, would it?
No, we wouldn't know their vocabulary. So how we can... It just makes no sense. Because earlier they say because they have big brains, they must be able to have telepathy. So why didn't they just, shoehorn that in and have them speak to the humans through their minds?
Yeah, they gave themselves the in, didn't they? They gave themselves the way in to.
But instead, they had this ridiculous bloody translation device that works both ways better than Google Translate. But what did you think? I have a question for you now.
Okay.
What did you think of the bird?
Oh, the dove?
Yeah.
Oh, when they throw the dove and then they just obliterate it? Like...
Yeah, that's what starts the interplanetary war.
To me, from what I took from it, these aliens, they're literally they're just rocking up places and blasting everybody.
Yeah.
Like, they're like telling, like, the president or whatever, oh yeah, we're here for peace. And then as soon as they get everybody gathered around, they just blast everybody. And they're still sending people to face to face, and there's still crowds gathering yet, like the previous 2-3 times. It's just been an absolute massacre.
At that point, it would be nukes sent, because they send one nuke earlier, like later in the film. But as soon as that attack happens, all cards are on the table.
Yeah.
You're just launching everything and anything you have at them.
With that nuke, the aliens literally throw like a little goblin bomb out of this UFO, don't they? And then just absorb it. And then the one alien just kind of like...
just takes it in like helium. It's just so much nuclear radiation. And he just sucks it in from a balloon.
Just takes it like a bong hit. Just no cares. What was the point in Jack Black's character and Marty McFly's?
Filler, I guess. I think as well, the Michael J. Fox one was to try and intertwine that love triangle story, which no one cared about at all. And why does Kessler? I can't. His actual name is failing me right now. James Bond.
Oh, Pierce Brosnan?
That's the one, Pierce Brosnan. Why does he always have a pipe? Like, even when he's given a presentation on the expected anatomy of these Martians, why does he always have a pipe?
The stresses of being James Bond for however many years?
So he just switched professions. He quit MI6. He's just now gone to be a scientist.
You can't really go up from MI6 other than, like, interplanetary war, can you? So
I suppose. They always kidnap specific people too. But there's no reason why Pierce Brosnan should have been taken. There was no reason. He tried to talk to them, and the last person who tried to talk to the aliens was just incinerated on site.
Yeah.
So why did they think, oh, you know what? This is the one. His head's gonna...
Because he's James Bond.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Well, if they can intercept the TV signal, Dan, right? There's part of me that wants to believe that they have seen James Bond via that.
Well, they were watching a film later on, but I still don't think they would have taken him. I think they would have shot him. If I was a Martian at that scenario, he'd be dead.
Who would you take?
No one. You don't need anyone.
You don't need anyone.
Nah, you just get rid of humanity, and Earth's now your nice little paradise island, your vacation home.
But if you were, say, forced by a higher ranking Martian to take someone, who would you take?
The president.
Which president?
The president of the United States.
Oh, like Joe Biden now?
No.
I'm giving you the option to take absolutely anyone.
Any president.
Not just presidents. I don't know what it is with you and presidents, Dan, today, right? But
just anyone.
Yeah, you could pick anybody on Earth.
Does it have to just be one, though? Because they took like 3.
Who are you thinking?
I don't know. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump?
Yeah. I think he would get along with the Martians. He would align with their views.
He wouldn't be far off, would he?
No. And then his hair would look pretty good on a Martian. I feel like they would take his hair.
Just drop it on like their big alien brain that's poking at the top.
Yeah. It would just be a mess.
Oh, going back to Pierce Brosnan, though, he's so smooth in this.
I mean, James Bond is notoriously a womanizer, so I think he leans into that role quite well.
Even when he has no body and he's been abducted, he's still trying to steal Marty McFly's girlfriend.
Yeah, and he's dead now, so...
Yeah.
I mean, she's Frindle? Free and Sindle.
Is that a new term?
Just try to shorten words, you know? So, we haven't spoken about probably the biggest star of the movie, Tom Jones.
Yeah. What did you think of his acting?
It wasn't great. I have a note, and it says he's not the best of actors, but he makes up for it as a singer.
What about the president's wife just getting absolutely folded by that chandelier?
Yeah, she was just a very annoying character, so I was kind of glad when it happened.
The president didn't care, the daughter didn't care.
None of them care. None of them care about anything that's going on in this film. No one on the planet, in America, this is, because we never see any other country.
No.
No one in America cares that their country is about to be destroyed.
Would you have picked a different planet that they would have come from? Were you happy with them being from Mars?
Why is it always Mars? I get that they found water on Mars, so there could have been some life on there. But why is it always Mars? Why is it never like Pluto?
Pluto's not a planet, so I mean...
It was in 1996, though.
Are you Googling that?
No.
Or do you know that for sure?
I am guessing.
Okay.
But
okay.
if I'm right, then
kudos.
My knowledge is good. So I will Google it now. When was Pluto turned into not a planet? 2006.
Turned into not a planet.
Yeah. So 10 years after this movie came out, Pluto...
It's turned into not a planet.
Not a planet, yeah.
What about when they dress up as like a human?
Oh.
In like a weird disguise robot type thing.
Yeah.
That scared the shit out of me. Like the way it moved, the way it was so robotic.
Yeah.
Like that made me really uncomfortable.
It was I think it's the uncanny valley of, it's an actress.
Yeah.
But it was so robotic, weirded me out as well. So, the boxer dude, he dies. The only semblance of telepathy in this entire movie doesn't come from any Martian with suspected telepathic abilities. It comes from, I don't know whether it was his ex-wife or his sister or something. It came from her, because when he's led on the ground, she just says, something bad's happened.
Yeah, like she had the shining.
Yeah, so I have a theory.
Okay.
So,
I'm ready.
She used to be a high-ranking officer in the Martian military.
Right.
And committed some heinous crime to the Martian people and moved to Earth because there's no backstory for her, so she could be anyone.
Right, okay.
Moved to Earth and is now... That's why they came to Washington too. It's because that's where she was.
Oh, okay. Oh, so their MO is...
They're hunting for her.
Yeah, okay. See? That makes the film 10 times more interesting already.
Yeah, but that's my theory anyway. I have 2 more notes, actually, and they're both for the ending.
Okay.
So they're very simple. So the boxer dude is actually alive.
Yep.
Which I think is so that in the sequel, eventually, the ex-high-ranking Martian officer lady is going to find him and they're going to come back.
Okay.
Mars Attacks 2 in the ring.
So in the ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be Rocky Balboa style. And Tim, if you're watching this or listening to this, you're welcome for the idea, by the way. I think it'll come down to a boxing match between the two, but plot twist:
They had a rematch in the
they
contract.
both die.
Oh right, they both died. No, that's way better.
No, they both die. So he lands his last punch, which explodes the head of the Martian. But as he does, he falls to the floor,
Brain aneurysm.
dead. Nothing. But no one cares because they've moved on already. But 2 seconds after he's dead, the planet's free and they're back on the bus. So our next movie is going to be Llamageddon.
I cannot even imagine what this film is going to look like.
We will find out. Well, if you're watching the video on YouTube, thank you for watching. Leave a like and a comment and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, everyone. And thanks, Lewis. This has been good.